about this that don't let me do what it need to do? Late. Was on time, but couldn't get connected through the laptop. Welcome. I had a situation set up, but a title and everything, but couldn't get connected through the. I was a born again rocketeer in the early '90s. Oh yeah, cool. That's when I kind of re-entered. Happy Thanksgiving, Roy. Yeah, I had rockets since the '80s. You know, it went like this, up and down, up and down, up and down. Always kept some though, but the '90s I kind of really hit full steam again and living life and doing stuff. So welcome. It's supposed to be 5 p.m. and I was here at 5 p.m. but just trying to get connected through the laptop just wouldn't connect. I gotta clear out the PC, I guess. I mean the laptop and get things worked out. Hello, welcome. How you say your name? Benedict. Let's say Benedict Zilka. Benedict Zilka. Welcome. Doing a little Thanksgiving Eve show. Just going to discuss the greats. So since you were a born again rocketeer, we're gonna just gonna go over. I have 4 rocketeer that I'm saying are the top, but we're gonna see what you guys think also. Kevin, what's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome, Kevin. I just heard from Mob Rockets. He had sent me a message. 'Cause he was waiting on me at 5, but I was having trouble getting connected on there. Having trouble. Yeah, we're gonna get started here soon. Just discussing the greats. I wonder if I can bring. It should be a way to bring somebody on here. If I could wanna. How do you invite? It's a lot to learn with this stuff. I don't go live a whole lot. I'm trying to do more lives. So Kevin, what do you consider one of the greats or the greatest of all? If you have a greatest of all time or one of the greats, anybody drop your what you think is the great. But I have 4 Rocketeer that I'm going to show that I think are top contenders for greatest of all time. Roy, late '70s when I started. Yep, had to have a permit to buy engines back in that day. In New Jersey in the '80s, I had to have a permit, and it took forever to get. They were very slow at wanting to give that out. It was a little sheet. Yeah, just to buy the motors. That is something I'm familiar with. That was probably '80. I was a kid, so it was like '86, '87. Yep, had to write to the Trenton, which is the capital, and do all this crap. And you wrote to them, they wrote back. You had to fill this form out, send it, and then it just took forever. But he eventually did. It did work. But Estes, you could order the motors. They would just send them to you. Oh, you in Jersey? Okay, me too. I'm from South Jersey. Where are you from, Roy? I'm from a small town in Salem County. What part of Jersey are you from? Or with town, city? Oh, shoot. Interesting. Violin. I know Violin. Some Salem County. You probably know Carney's Point, Penns Grove, that whole area. That's where I'm from. I definitely know Violin. Oh, yeah. All right, Roy. Jersey in here. Are you still in Jersey, Roy? Okay, Kevin said, I once said the Alpha 3, not because I think it's the best, because I think it has introduced. Yeah, okay, yeah, you did. Yeah, we did talk about that. Okay, you still in Jersey, Roy? Cool. Yeah, Alpha 3, yeah, they're easy. I think entry level rocket, I just think it's too extreme. I think that little rocket, you're going to lose that thing if you're unfamiliar. An A engine, it goes way up there still. Okay, from Illinois, Addison Rogers. Okay, welcome. Swede Heaven 88. Hello. Yes, we're just discussing the greatest model rockets of all time. And I have 4 right here that I'm going to be showing. We're going to discuss. So drop in the comments some that you think are contenders. And we're talking of all time. This hobby started, what, in the 60s? So from then all the way up to now, what are some of the greats? You may not have seen Central CA here. Is that Central California? Canada, right? Central, I'm thinking Central Canada. Not California, right? Central Canada. Cold up there. Cold, cold, cold. So Kevin said the Alpha 3. Roy, what you got as the greatest of all time? Oh, California, okay. Okay. Yeah, I lived in California for 1 year. I was there during 9/11. Keith, I hate to run, but family. Okay. All right, Kevin, I'll talk to you, man. We'll catch up later. Happy Thanksgiving. But Alpha 3 is in your book as, one of the top. So we'll catch up later, man. You fly rockets out there? Handy with shovels? Cali's pretty strict. They're pretty strict. Jersey wasn't too strict with model rockets. They just discussing. We had to get a permit for the motors. That guy just reminded me. Do you remember the Estes Mars Lander? Yes, that is. We're gonna get started. Well, Estes did not invent flying model rocket. Yep, the Mars Lander. He took that down, but my Persian. Okay, yeah, Persian. Yeah, I can't argue with the Persian. With the NAR Club. Yep. Yeah, the Pershing, I cannot argue with the Pershing. Any of those maxi brutes. But speaking of Mars Lander, I'm going to go and get started with it. I have the Mars Lander at number 1. This is the Simrock version. Back there on the shelf, I have the Estes one in the box. Open box with all the parts. But I have this as the greatest one of all time. I have this at number 1, but that may get removed. It may get taken down if my other pick flies successfully once built. Because it is another great. But I have Mars Lander as the greatest of all time. I mean, look at that rocket right there. I mean, you got the landing gear legs. I mean, can't get no better. Google speech. Okay, she changed, making me say. Okay, I understand. Yeah, all this technology can be crazy. Yep, cool. Mars Lander got crushed on removed. Ooh. You probably, that's the original one. You had probably that one on the shelf back there, that box right there. You probably had that one. Yeah, because that's an old one. You can get these again though. Simrock, they're still around. What I say was Estes Mars Lander. Estes not invent. They simply made kit. Oh, interesting. Okay. You said Estes did not invent this? Did not invent. Oh, wow, interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know. And that's the other thing. I don't know a whole lot of history on this one. A lot of time you'll find out who designers. I could have read it and just forgot. But Yeah, the Mars Lander, I have the 65 or 66 catalog. It was in there like year one, I believe, when these first came out. The Mars Lander was in there. So cool. But yeah, it deserves its own space. But this is the Step Simrock version. You can see it by that logo right there. But it's just a clone. Simrock put these out some years ago, and they're still around. I think they brought them back out, so you can still get them. Interesting. My EPM010. I don't know what that is. I have to see that. Actually, there's a new feature on here. I'm gonna have to try it next time with people. You can put pictures, I think, in the chat. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Mars Snooper, yeah, Photon, yeah, yeah. Scissor wing, easy. I had mine is hanging on the wall right there, and I still fly that. If you check some of my past videos, love the scissor wing. So it's hard to pick. So you got, yeah, those right there. That little, yeah, the photon disruptor is nice. The Mars Snooper is another nice one. And the scissor wing, yeah, easily can be a contender. Yeah, definitely. But then that's when I'll do my categories. I'll do my gliders. So that could be the number one glider possibly. But yeah, scissor wing transport is nice. I also have the trans wing. It's over here. Yeah, you can see it on the wall right about there. The wings, the tape I got to put new tape on there, but it flies. A trans wing swing glider is called. Yeah, that's another good one. That's another good one. But yeah, there are many classes. But yeah, Mars Snooper is, yeah, that's definitely high up there. The photon disruptor, I believe that's what it's called, is high up there. So I guess categories would probably be the correct way to do it. But yeah, Roy, the EPM-01, is that a missile? It sounds like a missile. Like a missile of some kind. So yeah, I have this, like I said, for now at number one. Then most of mine, then the rest are scale that I have, just as model rockets. Scale, I'll move. I love this design. Mercury Little Joe 1. I had this up there high. I ain't gonna say greatest of all time, but definitely one of my personal high up scale favorites. This is all scratch built. Estes put these out years later, but I have flown this thing to death. Many flights on this one right here. So yeah, just this one's up there, and I have two more, and one is like without a doubt can be a high contender. But yeah, the scissor, I got to get mine back out flying. That's a nice flying rocket. I have it. It's trimmed pretty decent. It needs to do, the loops are a little tight right now. I think I got to take some clay off the end of the wing just to loosen it up a little, get those wider spirals as it comes down. So, but yeah, so the Mercury Little Joe 1, a Space Sea missile. Okay. I have to see that. The scratch bill, or is it a kit? Is it a kit from somebody, Roy? EPM-01. I gotta see that. I have to see that one. Yeah, I had a Bluebird Zero when I was in middle school, and I think yeah, Bluebirds are nice. That's a very popular one too. Kind of reminds me a little some of the decals of the Red Max. Has some, I think it's the same designer. I forget. I don't know if that was Mike Dorfler or not. Could have been. I think it was him. It's Estes kit. Okay, I have to look that up. Let me write that down. Once I see it, I'll probably, I'm gonna write that down so I can definitely be more familiar. EPM 010. Actually, I have the laptop right here. I can do a search in. Where do you put the Saturn V, everybody? Where do you put the Saturn V as the greatest? A lot of people like that one as a great. I can see easily that's up there. Simrock makes it sweet. Okay, they still have. Oh, it's still around. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty tall. I think they're pretty tall. Are they like 5 feet or are they short? I think they're shorter. They've been between like 2 and 3 feet, maybe. Bob, what's going on, man? Do you have one? You have that Bluebird Zero? CSDs. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Let me see. Oh yeah. That's nice. The EPM 010. Never seen one fly. I've seen them around though. Never seen, just like, yeah, currently unavailable. I just threw in a quick search. It popped up on Amazon. When did that come out? Yeah, it's 3 feet tall. Nice. Yeah, 3 feet. Yeah, 3 feet. Okay. Yeah, Bluebirds are those are nice. And you like the demon, right? Is that the one you have? That like your all time? Yeah, demons are pretty cool too. That's another good one, good vintage Estes. Oh, the Renegade. There you go. My bad, Renegade. I always get that mixed up. Yeah, Renegade. Is that your all time? I think the Renegade's your all time. Yeah, the one that I'm moving into, that if it flies great, I'm gonna move into my personal number one spot. Looks great, never been flown. Okay. Yeah, that's a good, yeah, that's a nice looking rocket. I do like the way that look. That's a nice rocket. You don't see those that much. EPM010. Yeah, you don't see those much. That's a nice looking rocket. I like the forward swept fins. They got like pods on them. They got 3 upper fins. It's nice. Nice rocket. Yeah, so the one that I would move into the number one spot, I already showed what's number one to me all time. In case you weren't here. I put that at number one. Mars Lander. Yeah, I mean, I put that at number one because it is just the landing gear legs, the designs just moved away from like a traditional bi-tube rocket. But what I move into the number will be the number one rocket. I'm thinking Saturn 1B K30 with the 4 motor cluster. This is 71 or 72, I believe. I'm still like I didn't even get to the paint yet. I'm still hanging around. I gotta get the paint done, but I have this. Once if this flies successfully, this will be my new number one. That and the Mars Lander, they'll trade spots. They'll trade spots. So yeah, where do we put the Saturn V? Saturn V is a great of all time. Where do we put that? A lot of people like that for the moon landing and all that stuff. But yeah. So those are three. I showed Mars Lander, Saturn 1B, K30 version, and Mercury, Little Joe, my scratch built one, high up on my list. I have a documentary on this. It's a great one. Okay, SR-71 Blackbird, yes. Yeah, I have an interesting story about that. When I was growing up, I saw it on the cover of the Estes catalog. It always scared. I saw it at skill level 3, and I just didn't want to touch it. But the one back here on the wall right there is a 2 engine cluster. And I was in Sport Rocketry magazine for that. That one, it's a great one. I seen your Saturn flight. Yeah, yeah, you were there for that. That was a successful flight after all those blunders I had. I got more nose weight in there, more powerful motor. It flew great that morning. Yeah, you were there for that. Yeah, dual parachutes. Yeah, it's sitting back. It's behind me. Oh yeah, it's right there. You can actually kind of see it right there, right next to the SpaceX Starship. Yeah. Technically, I am working on a Nike Hercules missile kit from Atlantis Models. The detail is superb. All the rivets, everything. Okay, yeah, that's a plastic model kit, I'm assuming. But there's Apogee did that one, and I saw it in real motion. Yeah, not slow motion. Yeah, yeah, it's a nice liftoff. That was a great flight. I just wish I had better footage of it because that morning was kind of overcast. Like I don't know what was going on with my camera work that day, but I still was managed to squeak out a video. But yeah, that was a nice launch. That's like one of my favorite launches to date. Yeah, got off the ground real nice. It was a good day. Go to my first Jupiter C. Okay, Jupiter C is nice. That's on the shelf. Oh, you can't see it in this angle, but it's on. I have the Estes Jupiter C that I fly. Nice. So Rob, you're working on that Hercules. Okay, oh, you said it right there. Yeah, Apogee's 500. Yeah, it's an expensive rocket. Yeah, I think it's clustered and everything. That is a serious rocket. I think he was giving out something for people who bought those early. Yeah, Apogee's cool. Yeah, so you got the Hercules missile. What else you got? Pershing. There's a bunch of them out there. Honest John. Yeah. So Rob, your avatar, is that Alien? I think I asked you before. Does it look like Alien, but like Kermit the Frog? Look like Kermit the Frog colors. Yeah, I like scale too. Scale. I got scale at number one. Then like sci-fi and all that stuff is two. Then sport is like three and four. But there's some nice sport ones out there. But I just scale is that's my game. As you can see this back here. Working on that. I have paint laid. I have two of the boosters are gray. The body I have it painted. The upper section's all white. I'm just moving slow with it. Been busy, but moving along. Tomorrow I'll be doing painting the other two boosters. Just laying down the paint real thin. Yeah. But yeah, so hello from Alabama. I'm a big fan of your channel. Thank you. Welcome. My channel 7921. Welcome. Thank you. You got any rockets, my channel? We're discussing greats of all time, or rockets that we like personally. I'm showing little ones here and there, and my number one. I showed that already. Are you gonna order? Yeah, yeah, definitely get one of those. They're nice. They did good with this. So just the build instructions is my only. Nobody's mentioned it, but I know James Duffy. He did a nice build video. He didn't talk about the instructions. I don't think those things are hard. They're written well. Just how to order. And somebody mentioned in the comment pagination. That's the word where you get stuff in order, but it seemed to horrible, super disappointment there. And it's made things a little more mind-boggling to try to follow. But yeah, it's a nice rocket. I'm almost done. As a matter of fact, the boosters are sitting. They're all primed and ready. The other two are already painted. They have been primed. So here's the boosters for the Soyuz. So I got this little stick here because this lower half is going to be orange. So I got this little stick with a little hanger on the end so I can hold and paint and hang it up. Estes has a big scale. Yep. Oh, big sale. Big sale. I read that wrong. Yeah, they have their Black Friday sales going on. I'm not sure if that one's going to be included, though. They don't include, like, just like my discount code. If you guys want to use it, I_321, you can get a discount. But I don't think that one's included. They don't include some stuff. I got a nice Capital One. Yeah, Capital One code that gives me. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's a super deal. Nice. Oh, I see what you. Yeah, that's good. Estes Bone Mark. Yeah. Yeah, the Bowmark is classic. I have one up on the shelf behind. I don't know if this be able to see it. Where is it at? I think it sits in. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's behind the Soyuz box. You can't see it, but I do have a small Bowmark. Yep. Bowmark. 60 still having SD Sky Hook. Oh yeah, Sky Hook's nice. Little guy. That's those high flying rockets, man. Those things go way. I'm surprised. Yeah, have you flown it? Because they can get away from you. Yeah, scissor wing. I have my scissor wing on the wall right there. I may have to take it down if it keep getting mentioned. I like the scissor wing a lot. That's one of the good ones. Love the scissor wing. There's a bone mark on eBay. Cheap, not Estes, but still, yeah. Yeah, bone mark. Yeah, they're famous. Estes made a big. I think it was a citation one. I think they made a big. There was a big version of that some years ago. I have a small one. It's not Estes though. It's another company. I think they're going now, but it's like one of those smaller rocket companies that make some good stuff sometimes. Yeah, if it's an Estes one, it's gonna run up. I'm looking for what is it? I mentioned it last week. Oh man, is it LTV? Oh, what is it? Yeah, Geosat LTV. I'm looking for one of those. Yes, but only on the A83. Still has the original pair. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, keep it with it. Yeah, those small rockets, they will, go to super heights. On a C engine, it will vanish on you. But what I've been doing was those high flyers, I'll put the colored like chalk dust in there. No, years ago I had an Interceptor E. I have an Interceptor right now. Matter of fact, Estes, he sent me one. It was a good while ago. Taking that Estes, he sent me one in the package. Do I have that? Or is there something else he sent me? But no, I had never built one. I'm familiar, but they're super nice. Super nice. I like that rocket a lot. Back to like the sci-fi starship kind of design. North Coast rocketry work with SDs alone. Yep. Mid power rock. Yeah. Yeah. You're right on it. Yep. Yeah, that was matte steel. Yeah, that was his. He was partners with them. My launch controller that I used, that's North Coast. They were the first time, like in the '90s, I got their catalog and I saw clusters. I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that. Like, I didn't know motors could be clustered. I have an Athena H. Oh, nice. To build this winter. Athena H, yep. Nice. That's cool. There's so many mods you can do. Yeah, I've seen military style or Air Force themed interceptors. Yeah, I've seen some good stuff done. But that rocket been around for a long time too. I remember thinking when it was out in the '80s, I think, and I seen it go away, and then they brought it back. Yeah, that's another thing. Hopefully, Estes one day does a Jimmy Titan. I have a couple Jimmy Titans over. I have an Estes one actually. I have a bigger one up there, Black Knight paper overlays. I don't know what that is. Black Knight paper overlays. Is that camera? What's that? Black Knight paper overlays. I have to look that up. Black Knight paper overlays. Black. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is, bro. Yeah, I've seen. Yep, I've seen NASA themes. Yeah, with the decals, you can do all kinds of stuff. I used to buy mine with the Recom FSI. Oh yeah, flight systems. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about that motor. Or I've heard about it. I didn't fly it myself, but I've heard about that. 27 millimeter. Wow, that's crazy. Yep, heard about that. Over these. Oh, you might be right. Mike, you might be right. Okay, got you, got you. Is there one online with that look? I never seen one done that looks stealthy or all black, matte black. I haven't seen that done. Like to build the Soyuz too. Yeah, yeah, Soyuz is pretty nice. Mine's coming along good. I'm deep into the build. I got like the capsule sections all painted. Just got to mask off and still got to do some gray on that and have some other stuff. Yeah, interceptor and all like black stealth would be nice to fit in that family of the X of all those stealth fighters and stuff. That'd be cool. They need to reissue the Interceptor E. That would be good. Put that back out. Paper. Okay, so you can print that stuff out. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Interceptor's a nice one though. That is a nice rocket. I just never. There was always something in the way. I'm always working on something else and either moving that around or probably doing something scale. I've just finished at this Big Daddy, the 29. Okay. Yeah, 29. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, you got the upgrades. Yeah. Yeah, the Big Daddy's nice. I have one. I have the standard one. Yeah, I have the standard one. I've flown. It'll probably fly nice on the F-44. That'd be a good flight. Even wraps for it. Yeah, I've seen the Interceptor done with the digital camo. Interceptor E, I think it came that way. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Interceptor E, I think that's one of the ways. I think they show that, but I'm not sure how the paint worked or how the decals will work because it's all over that digital camo, like the more blocks. Where'd you fly in Jersey? I flew with Sojars, that club. I'm not sure if you know them. And then I would go to Maryland to their club, which is MDRA. Those are the two I was flying with when I was on the East Coast. Then I would just fly on my own. I had school fields to fly in. Because South Jersey, it's more green. There's some open fields and stuff. I would fly in my old high school, which is a nice field. And I just remember flying the S3's Astrocam, the film version. And it went on the roof of the school. And I wasn't going to the school at the time, so I had to go to the school the next morning, try to get the janitor. He went up there and he got it for me. Went, developed the pictures, and got nothing. The pictures, I never got Estes Astrocam photos. Yeah, heard of, yeah, Sojar is a pretty good club. Just the main problem was developers. We have a nice field, and then they would develop it. Houses and they built a whole new town. There's one field we had a whole new town went up. So it was just like, oh man, that was done. There's even a Trump Space Force one. Wow. Where do you see these at? Paper sheet for the Interceptor. Oh, I can just do a search on it. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's really getting busy with the Interceptor decals. Like a lot of stuff out there for it. Cosmic Interceptor, nice. Thin sheets, yeah. So they're doing all kinds. Yeah, so I bet it's a bunch of themes out there. That kind of remind me of how people do Red Max, all kind of themes. And again, James Duffy, his Red Max, he did a P-51 Mustang World War II, I think, of a Red Max. Nice. It is the best. He kills, man. He's amazing. He's amazing. Themes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it gets fun. You can do all kind of themes. Yeah. It can be endless. Yeah. But the Interceptor is the one to really that you can jam on. I could see having all kind of fun stuff. Like a stealth version would be nice. I never gave that one the thought as a stealth version. Yeah. Yeah, you saw those mob. Yeah. Was it a P-51 Mustang? I think it was like a World War II. He destroyed in a good way. I was like, bro, he really went to town on that. That was nice. He actually has, like, I have X-Wing Fighter, the Max, it's right over the Maxi Brute, the big 1/1 scale, just like the movie X-Wing Fighter. He has parts for those. Like, he won't really, he has three. We spoke on the phone. And I was like, now, why don't you sell me a set? Like, he got them. I'm going to show you, like, it's this big, like X-Wing Fighter. It's the Maxi Brute X-Wing Fighter. So here's mine. I've flown it once. I just weathered it. I just gave it a little more grit. I didn't want that clean, and I still have to finish R2 because I don't. The decal, there was no decal. I don't think unless it did get destroyed. I don't know if there was one. Somebody's gonna go in. I'm gonna have to do something to get that solved. But James Duffy, you guys, he has like parts for these. Like he has several parts, like kits. I think he flew them in competition because they have a sci-fi part of the NAR competition. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Years and years, but just trial and error, and then years and years, you get better and better. I've been doing it for so long now that still some stuff that I miss, but moving on. Okay, Galactic Manufacturing offers a big birthday mod kits. Oh, yeah, the Renegade. There it is. They also do a citation page. That's your other favorite too. Yeah, I noticed you. Yep, Citation Patriot Man. Yep, and the Renegade. Yeah. So far, if you've been around, I think most of you have been here. I've shown what I consider greatest of all time, Mars Lander. Then I moved. That may lose its spot to this K-30 1971 Saturn 1B. As long as all four of those light and we recover, this will move into the #1 spot. This is I forget what scale, 100 scale, 170 scale, maybe 170. I forget the scale. I always forget scale. Then I went to my Mercury Little Joe 1, many flights, flown this in Maryland, flown this in Jersey, flown this in Arizona, bunch of times. The big citation page I fly is a Bad Boy Rock. Yeah. Oh, okay. Bad Boy Rocketry. Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Where are they located? Where's Bad Boy located? Are they here or are they in another state? But yeah, those are my three that I've shown. There's one more that is my all-time favorite scale model. Two-stage Vigilante. Okay. I think you mean Vigilante, maybe? Two-stage Vigilante. Now, I believe that's an Estes kit too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I know that, right? Yeah. It just, yep. Yeah, but it's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of kits out there that are. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Yep, I like that classic look. Yeah, the two-stage Vigilante. Yeah. Actually, who came up with Launch Lab Rocketry? He has a lot of vintage. So if you're ever looking for something, you keep your eye on. Matter of fact, is this in stock? Oh, it's sold out. There's a Vigilante there. He sold it. Sold it for 65. Yeah, the Vigilante, yep. Look at that old package, yep. 18 millimeter staging, yeah. Sold it for 65. I don't know when it sold, but that was a good price for that, I guess. I mean, it's not $100. Wow, he sold a Mars Lander box. He sold a Mars Lander box for 140 over there. I have most of the catalogs, Rob. I have most of them. Start I did the 65 to 66. I have all the way up. I have most of them. Yeah, I have a good amount of them. I have a good amount. 60, I have 70s. I do 70, 71, 72, 73. I know I got the year I was born. I got 76. I got 77. I have a good grip of them. Yeah. So like I say, yeah, I collect them. So I like to look back and see what was around. And I also notice when Estes reissues something like it's new, but it's really from back then. Starship Nova is pretty nice. I'm looking at that right now here. Anybody here built a Saturn V? Anybody here built one? Roy, you built one, flown one, anything? Okay, and Callie, Bad Boy Rocketry. Okay. I remember Wildman Rocketry. That guy's still out there. He's mainly high power, mid and high, a lot of high power, but yeah, he was out there. There was another. Who else? Patriot Missiles. No, not Patriot. Public Missiles. Public Missiles. They make a nice rocket. The Express. It's vintage. It almost looked like one of them. I have something that's similar to it, almost like Buck Rogers era. I still have my Vigilante I built around 19. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Vigilante's nice. I still have it up on the screen right here. That's a good one. Seemed like a pretty high flyer. How wide is that body tube? Oh, he don't have the description. Looks like it's built around like a BT-50 maybe. Yeah, two-stage. Nice. It's a nice rocket. Wild Man, yeah. Ran across and yeah, just did a video of Wild Man's back. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. I gotta check that out. Yeah, Wild Man, he been around for a long time. I mean, when I remember him. I think I came across him in 2000. When I first started looking at getting certified is when I think I came across his stuff. Rocket Vlogs. Okay. Yep. Yep. I had one got crushed. Two engines. Oh, perfect. Nice. I don't have Saturn, but I have a Skylab one store. Okay, yeah, I have a Skylab. Yeah, I got the 5 back here. Nice. I got the 69 Mars Lander paint. Dope paint. I've seen in those catalogs that's what it says. Dope. They call the paint dope or dope paint or something. Yeah. Yep. The insides are shot. Yeah. Spring legs. Yeah, I think somebody was talking, making this thing so you can get inside of these to do some work. Like if there's a way you can make it so you can take it apart, either screw and pull out deal, that'd be good. Because when these get busted, that little silicone piece in there, I had to go inside this one right here, where all those decals are. I had to cut that apart and go in there and do a repair. And I did it. I just put decals there just to. It was clean, but I just wanted to. I sealed it back up really nice, but you may be able to see a little of the work. So I just go in there. I think this one right here got busted. That silicone broke, but yeah, they took the paint off the market. Probably had lead or something in it. Yeah. Yeah, they had all kind of stuff out back in the day that they no longer around. I saw a video recently about banned toys and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. They had some kind of toy where you had these plastic monsters. They went into an oven, shrinky dink, something. They banned that stuff. All kind of stuff would get banned. It was like $15 at that time back in the day. Yeah. I'm thinking 15 was probably still down on the expensive side, maybe. I look in the old catalogs and I see prices like rockets are $3 and $4. Like I'm still thinking like, yeah, I remember that still being kind of high. Yeah, don't pay. I would never be able to match the age of the paint. Right. It was a brush on paint, right? It wasn't spray, right? I think the dope was in little bottles. But yeah, so right now, airbrushed. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Because I would see it in the bottles. I didn't realize you had to airbrush. I don't know why I was thinking like, yeah, to brush paint these things, the fins, like that would just be, even though when I was younger, I didn't know anything about model cars. Like my brother, we would talk about it. I remember getting one before him and I brushed paint. Well, it was horrible. I didn't realize you spray paint. But when you're super young. So my greatest scale of all time is the Little Joe 2. This is scratch built. All scratch built. I used to enter this in competitions. Now you can see my NAR number and all that stuff there. You got to have that on there when you enter. I've entered it. I've scored a lot of points on it. Flown well. Been flying it for years. Flown in Jersey, Maryland, and in Arizona. It's semi-retired now. I don't bring it out that much, depending on where I'm flying, because the ground's so hard. I don't want to start breaking fins. I think I've had one broke there, but yeah. So this is my Little Joe 2. Whoever did it did an excellent job. I adopted it. Nice. Yep. But yeah, this is my ultimate. So the four I've shown: Little Joe 1, Little Joe 2, Saturn 1B, and Mars Lander still at number 1 until that Saturn 1B flies on all 4 clusters and recovers. 2 parachutes, dual deployment. I mean, dual parachutes. That will be in the number 1 spot. So yeah, the Mars Lander was an adoption. Yeah, I gotta look more into that. Where did it come from again? Was it from a TV show? Kind of like Boba Fett was in, what's that, Battlestar Galactica, and Lucas and company kind of stole Boba Fett, and now he's in Star Wars and really popular. I used to brush dope on the tissue covered bottle. Okay. Okay, yeah, the tissue covered wings, yeah. Guess it was fairly lightweight then, I'm guessing. But yeah, so, well, guys, I'm going to probably wrap this up right about now. I was late getting started. It's a little after 6. I want to do a couple things. Bought off online auction for 45. Okay. You talking about the Mars Lander? Oh, yeah, yeah, Mars Lander. But where did it come from? I know you were talking about that earlier. Did it come from, is there somewhere I can go and look more into it? 'Cause I always thought it was just an Estes design. I always thought it was just something that they came up with. I just want to know where. Do you paper your fins? No, I haven't. I've never done that. I've seen people do it. I think Kevin, he was in here earlier. He's done it a few times and it worked out great. I usually just fill sand, and you just go through that grind. I haven't done it yet. I have to look into it more. It seemed to be really great, but do it add a lot of weight? No. Okay, you don't know about the Mars thing. Okay, I was wondering. I'm gonna look more into that. I'm gonna ask around. I'm gonna ask. I have some good resources I can ask to see if they know. But yeah, I definitely will. I want to start papering like these fins right here. These were, I actually sanded those all the way to get that shape. You saw those dings and dents just from flying, but I sanded these and filled, sand and filled, and I got them pretty. They're smooth. I got them sand and filled, sand and filled. Yep. Papering fins highly overrated. Interesting, is it? Nothing beats sanding sealer. Yeah, that's what I did here. I just sand and sealed, sand and sealed. I actually had to shape sand and seal to get this wedge. Yeah, so these are wedges, so I had to do that. But I mentioned the paper fin interceptor. Oh, all right. So I was a little bit confused. I didn't know if that's what you were talking about. Okay, so paper fin. So you go over the fins with paper. I got you. But yeah, knowing me, I'll probably just end up sanding and sealing because that's what I'm used to. I've done a bunch of paper fins. Always have spots that lift. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Do you glue both sides? And I wonder how you do that. Because I remember when I was in, because I know rubber cement, like when I was in art, when I do art and everything, when you do rubber cement, you put glue here on both pieces, let those dry, then you put them together. They won't come apart. They are stuck. Yeah, they are there. They get stuck together. I built one Little Joe That's a fun rocket. Yeah. Joe 1 or 2. Because there's Little Joe 1 and you got Little Joe 2. You got Mercury, you got Apollo. I use spray glue. Okay. The mixture of rolling pin. Interesting. Yeah, because they have that spray adhesive, that 77 stuff. That's super tight. Oh, 1. Yeah, Mercury Joe 1 is nice. That's why I'm showing those, because these are my tops. I mean, it's a lot. I have a lot of favorites, but Joe 1, Joe 2, 1B, and Mars Lander. But that Scissor Wing Transport I got hanging right there is high up on the list. Great rocket. Great rocket. Yeah, Joe 1 is nice. I'm a sanding sealer. Yeah, me too. All the way up. I've seen Kevin do it. It turned out nice, but Bob Rocket said, like he said, he's had stuff come up. Yeah, that if it peels up, man, you are. Let's say glue first with white. Okay, layer paper on top of glue, squeegee. Okay, yeah, Tim, he does some tutorials. Okay, yeah. See, I don't. Knowing me, I don't like that. Doing all. I don't like. I rather just go and do my seal sand till I fill it all in like I did here. And I mean, these are smooth. This is just balsa wood, super smooth, like super. I don't know, you can't. I just kept working until there was no filler, tiny little. No cracks. No, I just kept going. I also use spray glue on the wraps. Yes, I use spray glue on the wraps of my Saturn V, the one back here. Yep, I sprayed even, laid it down, just went around. Yep, stick with seal and say okay. Yeah, I don't want to have to. Yeah, papering is lazy. I don't know. I'm scared that paper will come up and just cause me a whole new issue. I'm scared it will come up. Mod Podge. Okay, for gluing paper. Yeah, I use Mod for some stuff. And then people use shipping labels. Wow, shipping labels. I can see that. Like shipping labels, that's just like, I'm just going to stick this on here. But if you get that cut really, I can see it being. Now, the K30, these are papered. This is paper because that's the way the instructions were. And it's built up with like a framework in the inside. These were hard to do, man. These were difficult. This is a hard build. This rocket is a hard rocket to build. I'm talking skill level X. This is way more difficult. They call that expert. No, this is expert. This Saturn 1B is expert. But the shipping labels, I can see like the UPS label size blanks. I can see those working because they are super sticky and they're smooth. I can see that. Just keep a bottle of 9% alcohol. Keep your fingers handy when working with spray glue. Yeah, I have some of that 77 stuff, and I use that on that Saturn V wraps. I just had everything marked, so when you lay it down, you better make sure you perfectly lay down. That's something you get right once, because there ain't no peeling back up. Bondo spot putty and filler. Yeah, I have some Bondo. Yeah, super strong smell, but yeah, Bondo's nice. Yeah. Matter of fact, that may have been, was it Bondo on these? One of these, I was using Bondo at one point, like religiously. Then I switched back to just some regular wood filler. Love your channels when you're launching, so you can't wait. It's coming along. We'll see. It's coming along to build. I got 2 of the boosters left right there behind me. They're going to get their paint tomorrow. They're already primered, and Santa's got to get their gray. Most of the bodies all painted. Just putting together in a few more weeks. You'll be out in a few weeks. Yep, stick around. Thanks for stopping by. Roy Meeks, here's one. Yeah, one last. Remember the bail. I never had a bailout, but I'm familiar. Got to put the little Joes in there. I'm definitely familiar with the bailout. 91% denatured alcohol. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Rob, you're going to be my go-to man whenever I have a question on some chemical level stuff. Sometimes I know how to loosen up CA glue and wood. I know how to do all that, but yeah, specifics, I'll get with you on that. Just came across your channel. Love what you're doing. Nice work. Love to tighten in the back. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, Rain Man. Yeah, I'm trying to get some stuff built and flying Soyuz coming up. Been working on that. Yeah, a couple of Jimmy Titans back there. That big one is Boyce Aerospace. I'll take that down. Let's get this. It's not too stuck back there. I'll bring down this guy. Yeah, this Jimmy Titan right here is Boyce Aerospace. I have not flown this yet. This is a 2-engine cluster. 2 nozzles you screw in, hold the motors in, clear fins. Yeah, Boyce 3D print kit all 3D printed. Got the interstage right there. Super nice rock. I think it has a very detailed. He did a good job with the 3D on this. He's amazing too. He's amazing too. So, yep. Yeah, Jimmy Titan gets some love. And if you're in Arizona, you can go to the Titan Missile Museum and go down in that on this channel. You can see you can see the tour I went on the Titan Missile Museum if you're a fan of Jimmy Titans and stuff. Okay, what we see here. Scream, yep, yep. Yeah, the Kato. I remember the Kato. Yeah, so those were all 90s. That was those 90s era. They started moving more into somewhat plastic rockets. I bought the Soyuz for myself. Should have it Friday. Cool. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Yeah, just building this kits over time, man. Getting the ones I wanted. And I'm right now, my collection, I'm satisfied. I'm thankful I have my Grail. You can't see it. It's the Century Little Joe 2. I can actually tilt this way a little bit. Yeah, it's right there. The Century Little Joe 2 sealed in the box. That's my Grail. I got some other. I have. I'm good. Yep, I'm good. Oh yeah, Raymond. I've been to the time. Yeah, in Tucson. Very well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've been there. Cool. Are you in Arizona? Yeah, you've been down there. You know, Pima Air and Space Museum is not far. Typically you do both when you go down there. That's what we did when we went. I had to, like, I'm already here. I'll just go Titan Museum tour, then go to Pima Air and Space. But yeah, it's a good. It was really nice. That was just thinking about that era. Like, what was that World War II? World War II? Titan missile? Vietnam? What were we preparing for? The Russians, right? Oh, Cold War. Cold War. My bad. Cool. It all starts to run together. All the wars. But yeah, Jimmy Titan. So he took those missiles, and then only this part right here became the capsule for the astronauts, and used the missile as the boosters. But yeah. Yep, Titan missile. Yeah, Pima Space Air Museum down there. So some cool stuff. No Florida, I've been to Pima too. Yeah. I was just at KCF a few weeks ago. The scouting trip for my daughter. So Falcon. Oh man, you did it up. Cool. Good. Congratulations. Yep. Yeah, I've been to Kennedy Space Center. And it's a shame. Like, I missed the space shuttle launch. Like, was living right in Jersey, and I knew about them all, and just kept saying, I'm gonna get there, and then they retired. So that's a lesson. If you're gonna do something, do it as soon as you can do it, or it could go away. If you're a photographer, there's another one. If you're a photographer and you like to take pictures, you say, I want to take a picture of that. Go take the picture, because it will disappear. Something happened, it goes away, and you won't have the picture. So, yeah, I've been a fan of your channel now for a few years. Kind of got my own channel, but it's not monetized yet. Okay, cool. I gotta check you out. I gotta check you out. I guess it says Rob Rocket. Yeah, I definitely have to. If I'm not already subscribed, am I already subscribed? I will definitely. Yeah, I think you left a comment. I'm gonna go and click you and see what you got going. Yep. But yeah, I'm starting to Kennedy Space Center. I want to get back down there for the Artemis 2 when they go again. Yeah, the Artemis that suffered, the big one. I don't know if you saw that launch, but nose weight. I believe I didn't put nose weight in there. I gotta go back in the instructions and follow them correctly. Yeah, I'll give you record launches too. I love how you record. Yeah, it's just going out there, handheld camera. Got my wife, she does the launching, and I just do the narrating. But that one video I did, people seem to enjoy the voiceover, because the audio didn't record that day, and I just went back and voice over the whole thing. People really like that, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll do some more voiceover content. I missed the first launch, was traveling for work, but the videos are epic. Yeah, Mob Rockets, who was in here earlier, if he's still here, we actually met up in Florida for that launch, and it didn't go for the first Artemis 1. I extended my trip. Spent extra money, extended my trip. Then I did catch a Falcon 9, so I didn't leave empty-handed. Yeah, if you scroll back through my archive, you'll see my trips down there to Kennedy Space Center. Rain Man, what's your avatar picture? Is that a helicopter? No, it's hard to really tell. It's tiny. I was just wondering what that. Are they blades of some kind? But yeah, I want to get back down there. I was looking to see when Artemis 2 going to be ready. I'm not sure if it's 26 26 or are they going to 27? Okay. C-130. Oh, okay. Yo, oh, now I can. As soon as you said that, now I can see. I can see what it is now. Wow, nice. You pilot? Air Force guy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, C-130. Yeah, that was disappointing, but touring. Yeah, Iraq. Yeah, yeah. I extended my trip. Mob. I stayed. I just looked at other museums down there. I went to where SpaceX went to where they do their thing, and they have some other areas. I just made the best out of it. I went to Kennedy Space Center like twice. The whole So Long series is ridiculous. Along with yeah, yeah. So Longs. We are still. We're gonna be flying those again at some point. Used to fly them. Oh, okay. Eight-bladed prop. Nice. Nice. Yeah, those are massive planes. Yeah. Yeah, you probably know down in Tucson they fly the Thunderbolts, A-10s. Yeah, they train down there. I remember seeing a certain part of the city you'll see them actually diving, like when they're firing that gun at tanks, like where they train down there. You don't hear them shooting or anything. You just see the little patterns they fly. I guess that's what they're doing. Rocket Cards Series 2 is on the way. Rocket Card 1 is gone, but 2 is on the way. Oh, you're ready. Okay. All right, Mob. So your So Long is ready. I'm mostly ready. I think I need motors. I'm good. I think Kevin's is he I think he's ready. I think we're all ready. I might need motors. I think he was looking for F-15 zeros. He can't find any. He can't find F-15 zeros. So if you have any, you want to let him know and we can get this worked out. I actually worked at the NASA C-130. Okay, a few years ago, but lost funding and sold their plane. Oh, wow. Wow, sorry to hear that. I'm starting A10. Yeah, A10's nice. 170. Yeah. I may have had that plastic model. Is it Revell or Ertl? I've had one some years ago. Yeah, Kevin's ready. I just got to get ready. Think I'm ready. Gotta look at my motors. I think I need either. If we going F-15 zero, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of. He said that we all. You weren't in the last live, I don't think. Mob Rockets. He said we can. He's going to have a tracker, so we all fly. We should all generally land in the same area. And even if he's tracked, we should still find him. That kind of makes sense. But you know that rocket, man, that's So Long is so gone if you get it wrong. Yeah, yeah, he got a tracker for it. So yeah, I've built like that, three or four working on a couple at a time. Yep, rotating around. Yeah, I've done that. Do you play Kerbal or Juno? I don't play. I don't know what that is. Oh, you just asking do I play? No. So did. Well, what are they? Are they board games, video games? Yeah, I don't. I do. I don't. As far as gaming, I have old systems. I don't have anything new. I have an old Xbox 360, and I have Nintendo, the reissue tiny little one that they all the games are loaded in there. How about the F-26.6? It's a plane, right? I think I know that. Is that a trainer? No. Let me look that up. F-26. I know I've seen that before. If it's a plane. Is it a plane? What is that? What's going on here? Kerbal Space Program. Oh, June. Oh, no. No, I have Rock Sim when I have to do some stuff like that. Star Wars cardboard mod. Yeah, Star Wars cardboard mods. I built a paper rocket years ago. Let me see what he said. I wanted to. Yeah, yeah, that rocket. Yeah, So Long. It'll have space. Cause we lost the first one. Second one, I recovered some damage. I think Mike O'Brien lost his. Um, we got boosters back, but yeah, you just need a massive space and some luck and a tracker. If you have something to track it with, you'll be good. F-26 motor. Oh, I'm tripping. F26 is a motor. Got to use black powder motors for the so-longs. Yeah. Yeah, for staging. Yep. Yep. I went E16 when we did fly. I went E16 0 booster and then I think, yeah, F15 8 up top as a sustainer, and I was okay. Because two Fs on that skinny rocket, man, that thing so high. I need to finish my Saturn V. Do you have any tips for painting the huge body tube? Yeah, I really do know how. I have a whole build video up here. I have a whole build video on this channel of how I did mine. Yeah, build light too. Also lay down. I did primer and all that, but just build really light. Actually, the motor I flew with, it wouldn't even matter anyway, because I flew it with a bigger, with a 24 millimeter F motor. If you have the older Estes version. Yeah, masking off. Tamiya masking tape, it looks like this. That's the main thing. Just lining everything up. I think they give you, I use this right here. This stuff is the Japanese brand Tamiya. They make the models. Use this tape right here. And just take your time, make sure it gets down in all the grooves. Measure if you have to, line it up. It's not that difficult. It's easier. It's difficult, but not. This is the more difficult right now because I got these tanks. I got these tanks gonna be black and white. These fins got a certain way they gotta be. Oh yeah, here's some of the layout right here. Similar to the Saturn V. You see how I'm doing that? That's what the deal is. To me, a masking tape. When you go to peel, it will give you a nice seamless line. Yeah, just all white first. Let that dry a couple days. Then go on and just be fresh. Take your time. I use a little tiny pencil mark. I mark little tiny little dots where stuff's going to go across. It's very meticulous, but Saturn V is easier to mask off than the Saturn 1B I just showed you. Yeah, you can do it. It's definitely possible. If you built and you masked in that tape, this tape to me, they got different lengths, different widths. Find this in the hobby shop, find it online, Amazon, wherever, and you'll be good. You'll be good. And those lines are sharp when you go to peel. Let it dry, and when you peel off, it'll be a sharp line like you wouldn't believe. Like it's the best tape that I've ever used when it comes to masking. And I've used quite a few, and you get bleed through, and it sucks. Yep. I'm working on a 9 foot tall. Oh, that's some 500 G motor. Oh, that's the certification size. 9 foot tall, 8-inch diameter foam rocket. Okay. 500 feet with a single G motor. That's cool. Got 4 of them. That's cool. Is it got foam tube? That's cool. And you can, yeah, Tamiya tape. Yep. That's a certification size rocket. You can definitely cert level 1, probably get level 1, 2, and 3, keeping it nice, low and slow. And get your 3. I stopped at level 1. I'm certified at 1. What about holding in and letting it dry? Holding it. What about holding it and letting it dry? I did the Saturn 1B and it turned out good. Masking. The tube is big enough, but I do not. Oh, what about holding it and letting it dry? Oh, if you have a way. Oh, I think you're talking about what I do. I did it in separate sections, just hanging it like. I do stuff like this. Anyway, like you really have to think outside the box. Anyway, something you can hold it on, but that's a bigger one. Make sure it's really secure. See, I do stuff like this. For these are little. See, I can flip these over. I spray paint, so I can spray it this way. I can turn it all around. Then you just find somewhere outside to hang it and let it dry. So you may have to build something. You may have to rig something. Maybe a tree, maybe something around. So you said 4 pounds. Okay. I'll send you some pics. Okay, yeah, use my email. Send me, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, send me some pics. But yeah, what about holding it, letting it dry? Yeah, find some kind of way to hang it. That's what you're looking for. You need like some kind of system where something, I don't know if you have to, like I said, I don't know if you have to build something or find something that's rigged up where you can just, in the garage, across the line, across the yard, something where you can just have it hang. Yeah, so that's what you're going to need for a bigger body. Or yeah, rigging anything. I make all kinds of stuff for these, like, this is the latest, because initially there was nowhere to really, because you had to prime this whole thing. So in the box, I cut 4 X's, and I had them sitting in the box like that. Just one half was painted, let that dry, and the other part, I stuck the boosters on some strong masking tape, and I let that sit. So you really have to think outside the box when it comes to building that. And with this, I'm going to see, I can hold here with this one. So I can hold here and then just paint my lower stuff and everything. So I'm still working this out, but I'm going to be able to put tubes in here, spent motors, and I'll be able to hang this upside down and paint the fins and whatever as I mask off and go. So yeah, it's really just a matter of thinking outside the box and just figuring out, planning ahead, like how I'm going to do these parts. Because the Soyuz, what I'm working on now, is just separate. You paint first, then you put everything together with this one. Okay, yeah, Saturn V, it can be. It can be a difficult build. Mine's right here. Yeah, it's done. It's complete. I just made sure I took my time, and I only build. See, it's sharp. Like those lines are good. I only build when I absolutely 100% feel like it. I don't want nothing else on my mind. I don't want to have to be a little bit tired. I only build when I feel like it. That's the only way to get a good rocket. You can't be rushing. So that's how I do it. Gotta go. Thanks for all your videos. Yep. All right, Will. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem at all. Anything I can do to help. Yep. But yeah, it's just a matter of taking your time and you can do it. That's what most of this stuff is, just the mind. Just like if you've built before, if you've been building, you got it. You got it. And using good tape. Good tape goes a long way. Like I was saying, between each of those grooves, just take this tape or the thinner one, or diameter wise, and just lay it. Make sure it fits down in all those grooves so you don't get no paint bleed. Like I said, I just took my time, and I really wanted this rocket to be nice, even though it suffered its dings and dents. You can see that I had some horrible launches because of my own doing. You got some dings and dents, but it's a flyer now. It's cool. It's a flyer now, so it's not going in the museum that I know of. So yeah, thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Saturn V's are large and they need a lot of space to build. Yeah, a lot of surface area. Yeah, Matt Coop. Yeah, Matt Coop. I didn't even cover that. I need to go back and seal this. So you just remind me of something I still may need to go do. But yeah, Saturn, man, it's it's a beast. But it's possible though. Like if I can do it, you guys can do it. One person can do it, another man can do. You can do it. And it could come out nicer. Let me use a lot in my garage right now to work. Yeah, you got it. And just leave that top half, paint that separate from the bottom half. Just do it in sections. Yeah, rig something where you can hold that main body and spray it even white. Let that dry good, then just do your masking. I think they give you a template for the masking. Actually, they give you a template, so it makes it kind of easy. You hear me out with 3D printing? No, I haven't. I ordered something on I had a guy I met. He printed a nose cone for me, but that wasn't me. I talked to Esty. They were mentioning it to me probably a year ago. Something about 3D printing. They was going to bring something new out, and they wanted. I was like, I don't have a printer, so they it didn't go anywhere if I didn't have a 3D printer. Yeah, I haven't. But that is the way. People are going that way. But I think the traditional materials are going to still be what people are going to be all about. Yeah. So yeah. But I do have the Saturn Skylab. I have that one. I have Saturn 1B I just showed, Saturn 5. Yeah, I have pretty much all NASA stuff. I got the space shuttle, the big Artemis right there, 3D printed from Max Q, which we spoke today briefly. My Skylab have 0 templates. Oh, it didn't come with any. Masking is in that. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I wonder if the Saturn V came with any. I got the box, and the box tucked away over there. I'm gonna look. I thought for sure I had a template. The Saturn V. I thought this one came with to get all that done. Unless you're just looking at, or not a template. They showed you where, according to these markings, they showed you where stuff goes. Like where all these raceways and everything, they showed you all that. So I asked Santa for a 3D printer. Oh yeah, you'll get it. That's cool. I 3D printed rocks before. Always put in stupid large engines to make sound good. Okay. Yeah. I print 10-inch nose. Wow. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely send me Robert any pictures you got. That my email should be on there. Yeah, shoot me some photos I'd like to see. Okay, will you have your K29 set? I want to complete. Cool. The engines. I hope so, man. I have it right here. I showed it. I'm not sure if you were in the room. I'm working on it's that one that I'm dragging my feet, man. I gotta get on the ball. But now I'm in mode. I'm working on this. I've been spraying lately, so this is it's masked. I just need a kick in the butt to go do it. But now I'm getting more driven to do it. Keep mentioning it. I appreciate you asking about it. It's right there. I'm talking about it. It's going to be my number one of all time if I get it to fly successfully. As long as all four of those light and it's a great day, and we get them enough power, and it's going to be great. But it's on the way. I'm getting there. Like I've been talking about that. I got to get that done soon. This ain't gonna be this year. The 2020 now. There's a template for the Saturn V. Okay, thanks for that. I thought I remembered rolling something around there and kind of marking, doing my little dot situation when I put my tape down. And the marketing instructions took time to understand. Yeah, that's a very good point you just made about build instructions. Just seeing it and understand what they're talking about and making it make sense. You'll find that out with the Soyuz build. Not horrible, but out of order, like just the way they laid paperwork out. And I'm wondering if anybody else's were as bad as mine. Yeah, I've got to go now. Thank you for the help. No problem at all. My email's there. If you got any, shoot me an email, modelrocks321 at Yahoo. But yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, but I'm gonna roll out of here now, guys. This was fun. We'll do this again. I'll pop back up in here and we'll do a live. I just want to do this special Thanksgiving Eve show, just to talk rockets and talk the greats. For me, it's the Mars lander. This is number one right now. If the Saturn 1B flies great, this will move into the number one greatest model rocket of all time. When it flies great and all four motors lit. But I think it's going to look really nice. Yep. You know, once you start building something scale miles, yeah, what a roll pad. Let me see what you say. You know, once you start building scale miles, with a roll pad, build your scale. Yeah, that is very good take. Yep, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, if you can get those down, that Saturn 1B got crazy roll pads. You get that down, yep, you are becoming more skilled. Happy Thanksgiving, Robert. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head on out. Appreciate you all for stopping in. We'll do this again. And also remember, my discount code is IN_321. You can use that at Estes. Fill your cart, put that in, and see what happens. I can't promise, but we will see. Yep, Robert, thank you. And God bless you too, man, and all you guys. And we are out. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace. Later, mob.